Like all of us, at some point in your game dev journey, you hit a roadblock and set out to get help. So you write a comment below a tutorial, or you ask a question on Discord, Reddit, or the Godot forums, only to get even more frustrated. Nobody answers you, or worse, you get burnt and you're left on your own. You might be tempted to think everybody's a jerk, but that's not a very realistic or even productive worldview. There are many people out there who have the good reflex of answering questions and sharing what they know. You may simply not be following good question etiquette. In fact, asking a question in a way that makes it difficult or impossible to help you probably frustrates your readers too by blocking their goodwill to solve your problem. So, what can you do? And what is the etiquette for asking questions? The golden rule is simple enough to remember. HMHY. Help me, help you. There are 3 basic checks you can do to make sure you follow this rule and start getting invaluable free help from peers. The third and last step we share in this video is the one you should never skip, so please do stick around. We'll also provide you with a free GDQuest tool you can use to formulate your questions. You'd be amazed how generous people can be with their time and their knowledge if you follow these simple steps. This video is sponsored by Godot game devs like you who invest in learning with GDQuest. Remember, for a limited time, you can pre-order our Godot 4 courses below launch price. Let's break down the 3 checks to follow the golden rule of community support. 1. Are you asking in the right place? Before you post a question, it's important to ask yourself if you're in the right venue. If you've just watched a tutorial and you scroll down to the comments section to ask an unrelated question about your own project, that may not be the best place to do it. People going through the comments section are more likely to want to read or write things related to the tutorial itself and its content. They might have questions of their own about the concepts, and along the way, they might answer yours. So it's important to be relevant. As a rule of thumb, post your question where you would yourself expect to find an answer to it. Try to find relevant threads, channels, and tutorials, not just to maximize the chances that someone actually answers you, but to allow others to also find the answer you might get. Another aspect of being relevant, besides being on topic, is also to read the room. Spend a little time reading and feeling out the vibe. Some forums or channels are more or less laid back, and some will even have their own rules, instructions, or community standards, so do look for those. Skipping them could signal to members that you will not put in the time to read, so why would they put in the time to help you? This brings me to the second check. 2. Did you look for an answer? You're not expected to know how common or uncommon your question is, so don't worry about that. However, it would save you and the community some time to look up the question before asking it. Someone may have already obtained a very good answer to the same or a similar question. Run a basic search in your search engine. Identify the main topic or game mechanic and look up YouTube videos on the subject to see if someone has asked your question in the comments. Scan help requests in the Godot engine forum, or on Reddit, or in the help forums on the Godot Discord server or the GQuest Discord server. If you think your problem might be connected to a bug, see if someone else has reported it. You can look up the open issues in the Godot project on GitHub using the link in the description. Besides potentially saving you time and being a show of good citizenship in your community, reading other people's questions and answers also helps you learn faster and better. Plus, when you find a good answer, if you remember it, you can share the link the next time you run across someone else asking, or you could answer them. In fact, an excellent way to get answers in a community is to also help others. It's a show of goodwill, and it demonstrates that you're not just dropping in to take, you're also willing to give. So try to contribute. Teaching is an excellent way to learn. No matter how much of a beginner you are, there is always something you know that someone else could benefit from. For example, at the end of this video, you will be able to help somebody ask their question better. Besides, you may not always get answers fast, so while waiting, you can look for opportunities to participate. Also remember to be patient and prepared to move to something else temporarily. How patient? Well, if you're in the right place and you're still not getting an answer, it's very likely because you didn't pass the last check. 3. Did you provide enough context? People aren't in your head nor sitting behind your shoulder. They haven't been running into your problem with you. You have to do your best to remedy to that efficiently. Only describing the failed outcome will not get you answers. So avoid complaints and orphan statements like, "This doesn't work. I hate it. My character is not moving. I'm going to quit. Godot sucks." On the other hand, giving details does not mean writing an essay. Be concise, but make sure you have the main ingredients that would allow someone to assist you. Your readers need to know your goal and the issue you're having with it. This is what you're trying to accomplish design-wise and the result you expect in your game. Tell people what you expected, what you got, and what you tried. Keep it simple because sometimes a picture or a video is worth 1,000 words, and you can link those instead of describing too much. If you're posting in a forum that requires a title, you want your title to be a good representative mix of your goal and your issue. If you're getting an error, share your error message. You can click on the copy error icon in the editor's debugger in the bottom panel. If the log is too long, paste it elsewhere and provide a link. We'll tell you how in a moment. Remember to share your code. You can paste a short snippet or a code block directly in your message if you know where the problem is. But if it's more than a few lines, it's better matters to paste it elsewhere and provide a link instead. Whatever you do, please don't send photos or screenshots of your code. Always use text because your peers can copy and edit it for you. Sometimes the problem is not in your code, but in your scene tree, which is part of your source code. So attach or paste a link to a screenshot of your scene doc. The keyword here being screenshot. So please use the print screen tool built into your operating system or your browser. Do not use your mobile to snap photos of your screen. Remember when we said a picture is worth 1,000 words? While it's important to summarize your issue, it could take several lines to describe what's happening in your game and it could still be misunderstood. To avoid that, upload a video of your running game and provide a link to it. You can record your screen with programs like OBS Studio or Screen2GIF. Finally, make sure you mention the version of Godot you're using, as this can considerably impact the solution and the answers you get. Of course, you can use your better judgment to assess when you need to provide all the details or only some, but it's best to err on the side of completeness. If you've described your goal concisely, no one will be upset because you've also pasted 2 additional links they didn't end up needing. It may sound like you're filing out somebody's university application, but it's actually just a couple of lines. Everything else can and should be just linked. For long code blocks or error messages, copy and paste them in websites like Pastebin or js.github.com and just provide a link. For images, upload them to your cloud storage service or on Imgur or any other similar image sharing service. For videos, again, you can use your favorite cloud storage provider or upload them as unlisted videos on your YouTube channel. Before you know it, writing good help requests will become second nature to you. To help you remember everything, we made a free and simple tool you can use as a sort of checklist to formulate questions that get answers. You can bookmark the link in the description and use it the next time you need help. Speaking of help, feel free to join our Discord community. People are quite helpful there because the focus is really on learning Godot. Also, if you're brand new to game dev, make sure you catch the offer on our new course bundle, the Great Godot 4 Starter Kit. With GD School, our new game dev learning platform, your practices are automatically tested and you get hints directly in the editor to troubleshoot your work. In addition, of course, we always make time to answer questions in the support section at the end of every lesson.